The truth no one talks about. What if I told you some of the most famous cities in America are actually the most disappointing places to live? Cities that millions dream about, visit, and even move to, end up leaving people stressed, broke, and sometimes regretful. From sky-high rent, to overcrowded streets, to a lifestyle that looks perfect online, but feels completely different in real life. And today, we are exposing the truth. These are the most overrated US cities. But be careful, because one of these cities might be your dream destination. Before we begin, if you enjoy powerful, eye-opening videos like this, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because we uncover the reality behind the hype. Now let's dive in. What does overrated really mean? Overrated doesn't mean a city is bad. It means something more dangerous. It means the expectation is much higher than reality. People expect luxury, but yet struggle. They expect opportunity, but find competition. They expect happiness, but feel pressure. And that gap between expectation and reality is where disappointment begins. And later in this video, I'll reveal the one city that shocks almost everyone, because it looks like paradise, but living there can quietly drain your life. Stay with me. Number 1, New York City. Let's start with the most iconic city in the world. New York City, the city of dreams. Movies, music, business. Everything happens here. At first, it feels magical. Bright lights, tall buildings, endless energy. But behind that beauty, there's a harsh reality. Tiny apartments, huge rent, constant pressure. You could be earning good money and still struggle to survive. Daily life becomes a race. Fast, exhausting, never-ending. And slowly, the dream starts to feel like a trap. But New York is just the beginning. The next city might surprise you even more. Number 2, Los Angeles. Welcome to Los Angeles, the land of Hollywood. Sunshine beaches fame. It looks perfect. But living here, very different story. Traffic that feels endless. Cost of living that keeps rising. And a lifestyle built on image. People come chasing dreams, but many end up chasing survival. And the biggest problem, everything is spread out. Without a car, life becomes difficult. But here's something most people don't expect. Even the most beautiful cities can become the most stressful places to live. And the next one proves it. Number 3, San Francisco. Introducing San Francisco. Tech capital, innovation hub, high salaries. Sounds perfect, right? But here's the truth. Yes, salaries are high, but costs even higher. Rent is among the highest in the world. A normal apartment can cost more than an entire house in other states. And despite the wealth, many parts of the city struggle with visible issues. People expected luxury, but got imbalance. And that's where the real problem begins. When a place looks successful, but feels broken. The hidden pattern. Do you see the pattern? Big cities promise success, opportunity, excitement, but deliver stress, expenses, competition. And over time, people start asking one question. Is it really worth it? But we are just getting started. Because in part 2, we'll uncover cities that are even more shocking. Places that look like paradise online. But reality hits hard. Including one city where people move for happiness, but quietly plan their escape. Paradise or trap? So far, we've seen cities that look powerful, but feel overwhelming. Now, let's go deeper. Because the next cities don't just disappoint. They trick you. They look like paradise, but living there tells a completely different story. And don't miss this. Because one of these cities is one of the most visited places in the world. Yet thousands of people are trying to leave it every year. Number 4, Miami. Welcome to sunshine, beaches, and nightlife. Miami. At first glance, it feels like a dream. Blue water, palm trees, luxury lifestyle. Social media makes it look perfect. But behind the scenes, reality hits hard. Rent has skyrocketed. Wages don't match the lifestyle. And the cost of living keeps rising. Many people move here for freedom, but end up financially stuck. And then there's the heat. Not just warm, but intense, exhausting humidity almost all year. What feels like a vacation can become tiring when it's everyday life. But Miami is still exciting. The next city. It's a different kind of problem. Number 5, Seattle. Now let's head to Seattle, a city known for tech, coffee, and innovation. Home to major companies, high-paying jobs, beautiful nature. Sounds perfect. But here, what many don't expect. Long, dark, rainy seasons. Months without sunshine. For some people, this affects mood, energy, even mental health. And just like other big cities, housing costs are rising fast. So while the outside looks calm and peaceful, life can feel isolating and expensive. And now we reach a city that millions of people visit every year, but very few truly understand. Number 6, Las Vegas. Lights, casinos, entertainment. Welcome to Las Vegas, a city built for fun. Every night feels like a party. But here's the truth. Las Vegas is designed for visitors, not for living. Away from the famous strip, life becomes very different. Extreme heat, limited career options outside tourism, and a lifestyle that can become unstable. What feels exciting for a weekend can feel empty over time. And that's the hidden truth. Some cities are amazing to visit, but difficult to call home. The social media illusion. Here's something even more important. Social media has changed everything. People don't just choose cities based on reality anymore. They choose based on what they see online. Perfect photos, luxury lifestyles, beautiful moments. But those moments are edited, filtered, carefully selected. And when people move expecting that life, reality feels disappointing. Then the hype collapses. So far, we've seen cities that look amazing, but feel disappointing. Now, we are entering a different phase. Cities where the hype didn't just fade. It started to collapse. Because when too many people realize the truth, they don't just complain. They leave. And in this part, you'll discover one city that was growing extremely fast, but is now facing a silent slowdown no one expected. Number 7, Austin. once called the future of America. Austin, a city full of energy. Tech companies moving in. Young people arriving. Opportunities everywhere. For a while, it felt like the perfect balance. Not too big, not too small. But then, everything changed. Prices started rising fast. Housing became expensive. Traffic increased. The city became crowded. The very things that made Austin special started disappearing. And slowly, people began to question, is this still worth it? But Austin's story is not unique. The next city shows something even more serious. Number 8, Chicago. Let's talk about Chicago, a city with history, culture, architecture. It has everything. But behind the beauty, there are growing concerns. High taxes, rising living costs, and safety worries in certain areas. Many residents feel stuck between opportunity and uncertainty. And when people feel uncertain, they start looking for a way out. This is where the story changes. It's no longer about disappointment. It's about decision. Stay or leave. Number 9, Portland. Now let's look at Portland, once known for its creativity, relaxed lifestyle, and unique culture. People loved Portland for being different. But in recent years, the city has faced serious challenges. Rising costs, urban issues, and a changing environment. For some residents, it no longer feels like the same place. And that feeling is powerful, because when a city loses its identity, people start to disconnect from it. And now we reach the deeper truth behind all of this. Why are so many cities becoming overrated? The real reason. It's not just about money. It's not just about traffic. It's about expectations. When millions of people move to the same places, prices rise, competition increases, space becomes limited, and slowly, the quality of life goes down. At the same time, smaller cities improve. They become cheaper, more peaceful, more attractive, and suddenly, the balance shifts. But here's the most important question. If these cities are overrated, then where should people actually go? And is there still a perfect city left? We'll answer that and reveal the future of where people are moving next. The new American dream. We've seen the hype, we've seen the disappointment, and we've seen people walking away from cities they once dreamed of. Now comes the most important question. What happens next? Because when millions of people leave, they don't just disappear. They go somewhere. And that somewhere is changing the future of America. The rise of new cities. Across the country, a new trend is growing. People are choosing smaller cities, cheaper living, better balance. Places that were once ignored are now becoming the new hotspots. Cities where you can afford a home, have space, and actually enjoy life. States like Texas, Florida, and Arizona are seeing massive growth, not because they are perfect, but because they offer something big cities are losing: freedom and affordability. And for many people, that's more valuable than prestige. Because at the end of the day, people don't just want success. They want peace. The definition of success is changing. There was a time when success meant living in a big city, working non-stop, chasing status. But now, success looks different. More time, less stress, more control over life. People are starting to realize something powerful. You don't need a famous city to build a meaningful life. Remember what we said at the beginning. Cities don't become overrated because they are bad. They become overrated because expectations become unrealistic. And when reality doesn't match the dream, people move on. Is there a perfect city? So, is there a perfect city? The honest answer: no. Every city has trade-offs. Big cities offer opportunity, but come with pressure. Smaller cities offer comfort, but may have fewer options. The real secret is not finding the perfect city. It's finding the right fit for your life. Because where you live shapes how you live. Your time, your stress, your happiness, and choosing the wrong place can cost you more than money. It can cost you years of your life. So before you chase the hype, before you follow the crowd, ask yourself one question: am I choosing this place because it looks good, or because it actually fits my life? If this video made you see cities differently, make sure you subscribe for more deep, real stories like this. And comment below, which city do you think is the most overrated? Because the truth is, the next city people start leaving might be the one everyone is moving to right now.